So what we're doing is using a piece of equipment that wouldn't normally be used this way at all. I call it the reverse hyper face pull. This is a monster upper back builder. There's so much eccentric force on it. It has a little bit of swing, but you have to maintain the energy in it. So you can see with Rob right here, this is probably 80% of everyone's weakness on why they have bad posture, why they have poor squats, deadlift technique, and why they get injured. The upper back dictates where any of that shit is, whether you're benching, deadlifting, or squatting. So if those upper muscles aren't real tight and straight, and you're like this, which is like how that bodybuilder just got killed, it causes everything to go that way, hurting yourself or breaking your neck, which is the worst case scenario. So these muscles are more important, but we do them with the bench because we want to mirror the pressure right on the other side of the bench press. So we just did a bunch of this, now we're doing a bunch of this. Come on, city boy! Good. Good. So he's had a shoulder issue from macking in his Cadillac too much, so we've been working on that. So when you start seeing, if you have an issue, you start seeing something get crooked, you just stop there because you're reinforcing a bad motor pattern. It may never go away if you don't stop. You never want to take more than about a 10% jump when it starts to get harder. So he's going, this will probably be close to a 9, maybe a 9.5. So he's going to do this. So he's went from about 80, 82 to 90 to 92. You don't want to take a bigger jump than that. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. See that slow in the middle? 4.
Let's go. Come on.
5. Good pause.
Now we're working.
Press all the way. Good. So with a regular straight bar and no chain, when he first got here, that was his max for 1. That was a good grind.
Yeah, I lost the groove at like rep 3. And then
You can't, that's the problem with that bar is there's no groove.
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's what's good about that bar is you can't stay in groove.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important not to train with a straight bar all the time. Because then when you get out of the groove with a straight bar and that's all you train, where's your extra horsepower? It's like if you're only good at driving a car when it's sunny and sticky out and then it gets rainy and you suck, you're not a good driver. We got Marley back in the gym. So she is the unofficial teenage world record holder. She just deadlifted 400 at 13 years old. She also squats over 300 and benches 220 at like 140 body weight. So we're working on all these little technical things to make sure she's good. She's went up about 15-20% in her lifts in literally 3 months just by fixing her technique and making her better. So we're gonna work on more of that today. She's driving all the way from 8 hours away to come in and train. It shows me that she has a lot of passion to do this and wanting to get better, which is awesome. So on the Wenning warm-up, she's utilizing a weight that in percentage is too high. That's where everybody screws up on these warm-ups. They go way hard. So look at Rob right now. He's using a quarter and a dime. Rob has been 585 raw. And that's what he's using for the warm-up. So it's not about how hard the warm-up is, it's about the volume over many, many years and months. So people oftentimes push it too fast, and then it starts to affect the main lift, and then they're wondering, well, those don't work. Maybe you're just not using the right intensities and weight, and are you driving to the professionals to get that done?
It's so much fun, the environment. Everybody's here to make themselves and everybody else better, so it's really cool to see everybody get better and push each other to their limits and with good form too. That's like the main thing, so it's really enjoyable here. I really enjoy it. When I came here, I think I benched 200. I think it was the thing that I benched, and at my last meet, I benched 220. So he helped me. I was rolling back my wrist like this, and I was going and pushing it back towards my face, and he taught me how to keep them forward, which was definitely an adjustment and definitely difficult, but he taught me, and it like boosted it up 20 pounds, and I know there's more because of my leg drive and more things I need to improve on with him, but it's just went up. My squat was about 300 or so whenever I came up here. It was around that, and it's went to 315, but that's with me with bad form. So yesterday we really focused on working on form, and that I took my Wonder at Max a few months ago into a working set with him, just with a few adjustments. And on my deadlift, I do believe I did 385 for 2 last time I was up here, before I was up here, and I pulled the 403 at the meet, and I did 418, but it was with a hinge. So that's another thing I need to work on with form. He taught me how to pull my head back, so that really brought the weight up because it taught me how to use the rest of my body, and especially I need to explode with my hips. So that's definitely something that he's teaching me how to work on. It's really enjoyable. Just he's pointing out all my weak points, and it's hard like to see those things, but it's definitely something that shows that I'm never gonna be comfortable with where I'm at. He's always gonna keep pushing me to my limits, so it's really cool. I play 2 other sports, but a fun fact about me is that I really do enjoy school, so I take school pretty seriously. So I like to read, especially about this. I'm getting into where I like to really focus on like reading about the body and how it works in weightlifting. So I really take school seriously, and especially with this, it just like increases like all my knowledge and everything more, which is what he's taught me.
It's
it's really difficult, honestly, it's difficult to put yourself out there, right? So I just put her on the spot and asked in front of, you know, her coach that's pretty well educated, right? I've asked what she thought her biggest weaknesses are. And the idea of not having the ego to just communicate, to develop your own learning, she said 3 things that she was passionate about, and some were correct, right? And that's great. And others probably weren't what we wanted her to learn today. But taking your ego down from an education standpoint is massively important.
Not like that.
Important, right? But the key is that you have to learn and you have to be willing to be taught, right? So part of learning is being tested, and it's not just how much do you bench. It's when you go home, are you going to implement the right things?
When Rob showed up and said, I want to train with you and I want to get better, I said, you can work out with me, but you're not allowed to ask me a thing for 2 years. You just do exactly what I tell you.
That's not an exaggeration at all. I was not allowed to ask a question for 2 years.
And what did you do after 2.5 years? You pulled 7?
I pulled
5.
7, bench 5, and squatted over 6. Yeah.
This is why it's so important right now with Marley here. She's just starting the process of becoming an elite lifter to get all these little kinks out and make sure her technique is absolutely flawless, so it's safer, and when she goes to competitions, it's actually usable numbers. So many people train hard without skilled eyes around them, and then they go to competitions and they bomb out even though they're strong enough to do what they want to do. They're not technically good enough to do it. Hey guys, I hope you liked watching this max effort lift that we have with Marley and my crew. Please like and subscribe to the channel and everything, and let us know in the comments what you guys might want to see more of in the workouts or Q&A or talking of different things. We'd love to have you guys on the channel and glad that you're here. See you at winningstrength.com.
Lately I've been living like I can't take